So first off is Malaysia. Now this is a hidden gem. So if you're a 7 or 8 figure entrepreneur, or you've sold your business, like a number of clients have, and for 7, 8 figures, mid 8 figures, why Malaysia? Why not places like Singapore or even Dubai? We'll compare this and other places like Thailand. I would pick Malaysia as my top destination. Obviously, I'm biased towards Asia because I've lived there for a number of years, and I do think it offers a great lifestyle for what you can get. Uh, but why, as an 8 figure entrepreneur, you'd say, well, it's an emerging market. You have better options. I think yes, potentially Singapore is better, but again, what I've said in a lot of videos, what of blogs, is that I think that places like KL, they're kind of 70, 85, 80% of what you have in Singapore in KL. Yes, it's a bit rough around the edges. But if you're moving from the UK, what you get is you get good education, private education. If you've got children, we've had a number of clients that have moved to both KL or Penang. Fantastic education. It's cheaper than what you'd pay in the UK. Healthcare, well, again, if you're willing to pay for it, it's fantastic, as is Thailand's, but we'll get on to that. At a fraction of the cost. Now, you can go online and just have a look at some of the websites such as Numero that go over some of the costs, such as the healthcare, etc. But it's a fraction of what you'd pay for a health checkup in the UK. You can get seen a lot faster privately. So you just have those elements. Third is the safety element. If you're coming from places like London, KL is a safe place. You should never feel unsafe in places like Malaysia. So I think it's got all those elements. And if you combine that with the convenience you have of living in kind of Southeast Asia in general, but Malaysia, you have kind of shoppies as the Amazon equivalents. You have everything. If you're in big cities like KL or in islands like Penang, you have malls everywhere with 300 plus restaurants. You have everything can be delivered at a fraction of a cost. So it is very convenient. From a tax perspective, Malaysia is up there with, if you're looking just to reside there and not have income in the country. Now, this isn't tax advice, and I'd seek a local tax advisor if you are looking to live in Malaysia, but they don't tax on foreign income. So if you can actually have it in an offshore account, you can have your money growing and then bring it into Malaysia and pay tax on just the money that's coming into Malaysia. So you've got all these elements. And for a high net worth, what you look for as well is connectivity. I think KL is a great connective place. It may not be that great if you want to go constantly back to Europe, so maybe better places such as Dubai or etc. But if you want to travel within Southeast Asia, Asia largely, you've got great airlines locally as AirAsia if you want to travel short haul to places like Singapore, to Bangkok, to Vietnam. If you want to go longer, you've got Malaysian Airlines that I think is a great airlines, and also you've got Singapore Airlines that's very close by as well. So I think you've got that. The airports as well, I think is fine. It's good in KL. The condos there, fantastic. I think they're the best in Southeast Asia. In fact, I think it's the best in the world in what you pay and what you get with the amenities in places like Malaysia. Where to live is KL and Penang, and we've actually seen quite a number of kind of millionaires that have sold their businesses for 10, 20, 50 million. In fact, there was about 3 cases last year that said, look, we want to move to Malaysia. We've got family. We've looked at different options, obviously Thailand, Dubai, Europe, etc. Dubai, we just didn't like the kind of vibe of it. It's more a place where people go to make money if you're in the early stages, etc. They've made their money. They just want to relax, have good healthcare, have good education for their children, and be safe with some good weather. And I think Malaysia ticks all those boxes. So for me, Malaysia is the top choice if you are looking to move abroad. It does have some disadvantages. Obviously, if you don't like hot weather, it is constantly hot in Malaysia. things like, if you like hiking, it's not much done there. You can do it, but it's a bit hot and sticky to go places like hiking. And obviously the connectivity to Europe, or if you have a business in the US, it is a bit of a different time zone. So that is something to kind of have in consideration.